morning guys, it's the 8th of June. I'm Henry Green from London Trading Group and I'm just going to run through what we're looking for in the markets for today's trading session. So again, starting with the euro, I think this is now in prime space for a sell. I think especially if you get a sort of a little bit of a blip rally and up towards 114, I think you're getting right to the top of where this wants to roll over. So on the hourly fibs, it all makes sense that this comes off here. You've had that new fib made AB and you've kind of rallied up to the 118 and now we're just holding up there, and I think that this looks really good for me for a short. So you could almost have a sort of counter trend line in here potentially if you had one that looked like this. We could have one on the closes as well, or you could do both. So that one off the closes looks quite nice, and you get a close below that, and I think then you probably come off, and I'm looking for this to be hit. So back down to 112.67. I think that's a really good target for that one. So back down towards 112.70. There's a good level of support down there as well. Two indecision bars, right of resistance for me. That is a prime sell, and certainly in the sell zone. So that's euro. I think that one looks good for a sell. Cable high test yesterday, but we are still just kind of holding. We're rounding off quite nicely, and this again could be quite nice to rally again. So this is that kind of almost suggests that euro sterling could be quite a good short today. But let's have a quick look at cable, what that's doing. So high test yesterday, they aren't my favourite bars to be a continuation move, but certainly we are still in this fib. So we're back at the 38, so we are back in the buy zone. We've held above that 145.30 level of support as well. So I do like that now, potentially round off and go higher, and I think cable has probably still got a move in it. So it's had that first push, and now I think we do need to see it, and 147.30 is the first target, back up to that level of resistance up there at 147.20. You have got the 200 moving average coming in on the day, and that comes in around 146.90, so be wary of that one. But certainly for me, I think this could just have another push at the highs, and I think you're looking up there. So what you could also do is extend this out. Maybe you look up towards there as a first target as well, but sort of in this zone, you're looking, I think, for the kind of T1 for today in cable. So I think that's quite a good one as well. Just be wary of that high test as well, though. Remember that one. That kind of warns me away from that market a little bit. Dollar yen, it's done exactly what we hoped it was going to do, just an indecision bar resistance again. I think that's a prime sell now. Back into this, you managed to get back into the sell zone, that push back, and now we're just going to have this sell-off continuation again, I believe. And down to 105.50 is the first target, really good level down there. I've got 105.35 as a really key level of support. I think if you break through that, then you're away, and then that D could be hit 104.50 pretty quickly, and you might actually get an overextension due to the nature of that move. So I do like dollar yen lower. I think that's a really good trade. And potentially you could look for that low to be taken out, so you could sell through 106.70, or maybe you wait for a pullback into some moving averages that have held nicely. So what's held? Well, this white one in here has you're not really holding on it that well now, the 34, but certainly you could get a push out. Maybe have a look at the 50. Always seems to respect that. And maybe the 8 on the day as well, but they're all leading a little bit higher, and I don't expect this to get too high. Certainly I wouldn't expect it to take these highs out of 107.80 sort of zone. 107.80 sort of zone. So that's what I'm looking for in dollar yen. Certainly I think there's going to be yen strength today. So dollar CAD, let's put the fibs in for that one now. So we did overrun, as we kind of spoke about, in dollar CAD. We expected it to, and it has. Let's have a look what this one's going to do. So I think the 127 is down at 127, and for me that looks like a really good level down there. I've not really got anything until in terms of my actual daily charts, I've not actually got that much. It looks like this looks really heavy for me. It's not running into a whole load of support down here. You could argue, let me have a look if that's a level. Yeah, that's probably your next level down, that one there. Yeah, it makes sense. So 126.20 for me is the next level down, and that corresponds nicely with the D on the hour, as you can see. So if we just move this down here, 126.20 we said, so it's a little bit higher, but basically on the D. So maybe you just get a push down to this 127, you have a temporary hold and pull back. Maybe you pull back again into this 21 that it's respecting really nicely. So maybe a pull back into towards that 21 moving average, and then a sell. And I think that's a really good trade too. So I'm going to be looking for dollar CAD short as well. So it looks like there's going to be Canadian strength and yen strength. I think euro looks the weakest so far. So look at the Aussie. Okay, the Aussie, wow, closed right at its highs, so this is a really nice move back now. We're back at the 38 on the day, so that's the only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about. But it looks like that when this market just goes, it just continues and continues. There's no pullback at all. And what happens, you try and sell it if you're trying to fade it like we sometimes try to, and it just goes. I think this is very, very similar to these kind of relentless moves that just kind of keep pushing up and keep pushing up. So I think Aussie could maybe continues. I think you've got to wait for a really good level to hold before this starts to come off. And I think that close yesterday above 74.50 was quite significant, because I now think that leads you to 76 as the next key level. So yeah, I mean, I think you get up to 76, maybe you get a pullback 74.90, and then you go to 76. But certainly it looks like the path's pretty clear for Aussie all the way up there. So that's what I'm going to be looking for in that market. And certainly the Kiwi is similar. This one, as I told you yesterday, I stopped trying to sell, and that close yesterday for me says again that you've got to be looking for the longs in this one. Perfect pullback to the 50. We have since rallied too. So this one, unlike the Aussie, has actually pulled back to the 38. So this one you can target the D straight off. So we're looking up towards 70.60, which is also the high in Kiwi. So I think that becomes a really good zone. To be looking to take profit 70.60. I think that's going to be a top zone for today. Certainly, if this commodity continuation in the rally happens. So, yep, it looks like we're going to have another round of dollar weakness today. It looks that way. What does the dollar index look like? Big bearish day yesterday. The weekly was very, very bearish. So let's have a quick look at that one. Let's have a quick look at the dollar index. Yeah, I mean, it does look like does look heavy. Closed below this resistance down here at 90. This support down at 94, and now that really opens the door down to 93.40, and then we're looking on even lower. So it does look nice for a short. I think potentially another day of dollar weakness. And that's what I'm going to probably be looking for in the markets for today. So please feel free to leave any comments. Any input you have, guys, is always very valuable to my videos. So it'd be great if you could leave any comments. Other than that, enjoy trading. I'll be back tomorrow with another market update. Thanks very much for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.